Hello, welcome to another weekly weight loss vlog. The last one for 2 weeks. There isn't one next week, basically. Yes, because I'm going on holiday. We'll talk about that a little bit more shortly. But for now, we are talking about last week, which is, I think, the 24th of February to the 2nd of March. Yeah, we're in a brand new month. We are in a new month. It is March. Spring is on its way. Clocks go forward this month. Lighter nights. The end of winter is nearly here. Flipping heck, it's been a hard winter, this one. In terms of, it's just been really cold. Normally, certainly where I live on the Fylde Coast in Lancashire. You might know that, you might not. But normally winters here are reasonably mild, quite wet and windy. And you get the odd cold patch filtering in. It's just been cold. It's actually been fine in terms of it's been really dry this winter. We've not had much rain at all, but it's just been very, very cold. I feel like I've been cold since November. I literally feel like I've just been cold since November. I wear shorts all the time. And even in winter, if it's 7-8 degrees, sun shining, I'll have my shorts on. I've not had my shorts on for about 3 or 4 months, really. Unless I'm doing my spin class on a Saturday morning. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to better weather. And better weather is coming. It's coming in 3 days because we are going on holiday. A little impromptu holiday. Booked it a few weeks ago. We booked it so we were going, then we weren't going, and then we were going again. We are definitely going on Thursday. Been packing this weekend. Got the case out, been chucking a few bits in. Trust me and my arthritis certainly are definitely looking forward to a week of 20 plus degrees. Fingers crossed. Anyway, the weather looks pretty decent. We've had a look. It looks all good. How was last week in terms of weight loss? Decent. Yeah, same Groundhog Week. You must think I have the most boring life in the world. I do have the most boring life in the world. And I love it, especially this time of year and especially when my focus is on the old weight loss game. We've done a really good January, really good February. Not an official check-in. That is this week. But I am doing my normal fortnightly check-ins this year. But I'm also weighing myself on the 1st of each month. So I did jump on the scales on Saturday because it was the 1st of March. 2 pounds down. 2 pounds down in 8 days since I last weighed myself. So everything is just ticking over. Lovely. Yeah, all good. All good in the hood. How are we handling holiday? That is always the big question. Well, I'm keeping it going this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, tracking, staying accountable, keeping everything in place. And then from Thursday until next Thursday, I'm not tracking a single calorie. But I might have spoke about this last week. My eye is on the prize. I'm really in the zone at the moment. So even though I'm going away on holiday, I don't want it to, I don't want it to blow. Look, you can't undo in a week what I've achieved in the last 9 weeks. But when I go all inclusive, I can go a little bit wild. I can go very, very greedy and gluttonous, really. And you might be sat there going, well, that's the whole point of an all inclusive. It is. It is about enjoying yourself. But for me, holidays, it's not about being gluttonous. It's just about eating a bit more than I normally would. So my focus is not going to be as it has been for the last 9 weeks, but I'm not going to go absolutely crazy either. I don't want to. I genuinely don't. I don't know if that's just because we're going away quite early on in the year. Last few years, our first kind of summer sunshine holiday has been like more towards May. And my focus then is never quite as good as it is now. We went away in February 2016, actually. It was mine and Rachel's first kind of big holiday, as it were. And it was amazing going away that time of year because it was so cold here, and we went to Mexico for 10 nights, and it was stunning. It was the first time I'd ever actually experienced like what I would class as a luxury holiday, and it was just stunning. I thought it was amazing, and we've been to Mexico a couple of times since then because we absolutely love the place. But then again, my focus was I was on it. I'd gone in January 2016 to see about getting skin removal surgery, and they sort of said, you're still a few stone away from that. So that kicked me in, and I went on that holiday. Yes, I had a few drinks. Yes, probably got a bit tipsy a couple of times. Yes, I enjoyed some nice food, but I didn't go crazy. And I remember coming back from that holiday, and I was about 10 pounds heavier. So I'm not going to say I didn't, enjoy myself, but 7 or 8 pounds of that are gone within a few days of getting back, which just shows that it's just excess water weight, food weight, water retention in the body. So that's kind of what I'm planning on. I'm always about 10 pounds heavier when I come back from holiday. I carry a lot of fluid retention in my legs from flying. Always happens. I always get cankles after flying. And then obviously I will be having a bit of alcohol. I will be eating quite a lot more carbs than I would do normally. And that just soaks a lot of water up into the body. And I'm a big guy. I'm a big guy. So I can store quite a bit of water retention. So I wouldn't be surprised if I come back from Egypt 10 pounds heavier. But I also wouldn't be surprised if a few days after coming back from Egypt, I'm 7 or 8 pounds down and I just gain a couple of pounds of body fat. That's what I'm going for anyway. Right. That's enough for that. So I am going on holiday. I'm not going to track calories. I'm taking Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We fly back on the Thursday. We actually don't fly back until quite late on the Thursday, but I am going to start back tracking that day. Don't track on holiday, but I started last year tracking on the final day a little bit, just to rein me in, get me back into that routine. So I'll be tracking back on the Thursday. I'm not too bothered about the calories I eat. I just want to track to get me back into that routine. I'll track Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Again, not too worried about the calories I am going to consume, just to keep me more accountable and get me back into the swing of things. And then from Monday, which I think will be the 17th of March, bang, I'll be straight back on it. Anyway, let's have a look at what has been going on this week. Let's get some calories up. Oh, I need my pad. This just makes it so much easier for editing these videos if I know exactly when I'm talking about bits and pieces and when I need to pop them up. Right. So let's have a look at some calories. Really good week. Again, I think this is 4 weeks in a row where I've been under my ideal deficit by a pretty decent amount as well. 569 under, so 1785 on Monday, 2412 on Tuesday, a little bit of a higher calorie day Tuesday, and Wednesday 2353. Pulled it back in a bit Thursday, Friday, 2126 Thursday, 2283 Friday. I banked about 2,100 calories going into the weekend. And my Saturday, Sunday are pretty much identical, and I didn't do that on purpose. It's just the way it's worked out. So Saturday 3341 and Sunday 3331. So 10 less calories on Sunday, but pretty even, and not been in a calorie surplus or maintenance. I'm burning about 3,500 calories a day at the moment on average. So every day under that amount. So even though I've banked calories, had some what I class as treat days or some treats on, over the weekend, I've stayed within a calorie deficit every single day. You don't have to do that. I could have eaten another 500 calories yesterday, which would have put me in a 300 calorie surplus, but I'm still overall in a deficit, and that is the most important thing. So 17,631 calories. Eye on the prize. That won't be happening this week. Like I say, I'm tracking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday will be a bit more food freedom. I'm actually hoping to hit a calorie maintenance this week and a calorie maintenance kind of next week. That's kind of where I'm going. So I'm going to be not in a deficit for the next 2 weeks, so this week and next week. Calorie maintenance, which just puts a little pause button on the journey. Get back to it from the 17th of March. Get rid of any holiday weight and then just crack on. Right. Movement last week. Steps, first of all, were top tier for me personally. Some of you guys might smash that amount of steps week in, week out, or day in, day out, as it were. But every day I was over 10,000 steps last week. Remember, it's all about averages. And a nice even sort of, didn't have any crazy step days, I suppose, or any crazy low step days. Everything's kind of quite even. 12,089 steps on average per day, which I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. It's a really good level of movement. One thing I will be doing this week and next week, I always get a really good amount of steps on holiday. Steps are always pretty decent. So kind of hoping in a way to mimic that this week and next week, because I like to be quite active and mooching about quite a bit on holiday. I'm also going to train quite a bit on holiday. I'm really into my training at the moment, really enjoying it. Exercise, we hit the gym Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Strength training Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's get the cross trainer up. Cross trainer Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I did a cheeky little core session on Thursday. And then, of course, I feel like I've really raced on there. I have really raced on there, to be fair. But yeah, training's just fine. Oh, one thing I will point out, actually, Friday, 25 calories strength training, getting absolutely hench in the gym. My watch ran out of battery just as I was about to start my session. Fell asleep with my watch on. So I didn't charge it overnight, which is really frustrating. But I realised it in the morning, so I was like, it's all right. So I took my watch off, put it on my charger, got like a wireless charger by my bed, whacked it on there. It'll charge for an hour while I'm in the office typing away, and then when we go to the gym, I'll whack my watch on and it'll be all good. I don't know why, but it literally hardly charged up while I put it on charge. I don't know if I didn't put it on charge properly. Well, it must have charged a little bit because it was completely dead. But yeah, anyway, it literally lasted me about 15 minutes in the gym. It lasted me for my cross training in the gym, and then weights it just cut out. And it's so frustrating. I know. I always say this. I say it to Rachel sometimes. She forgets to charge her watch. I'm like, just because your watch doesn't say it doesn't mean you've not done it. Exactly the same as just because you've not put it in your app doesn't mean you've not eaten it. So you might as well be accountable to it. But yeah, so frustrating. Anyway, Saturday morning spin class. Really good spin on Saturday. Absolutely beasted it. A good 40-minute workout, 5 minutes cool down. You can see the things. I did end my workout on time this week. 738 active calories. I didn't burn that many calories, but for me, anything over 600 calories for a spin class is a really good spin class, and it was a tough one. Average heart rate 153. So that is all the movement. Yeah, movement, steps and exercise done and dusted. Should we get some food up? Let's get some food up. Oh, what order are we going in? One. I've only got 3 on there. Where's my other one? I did do 4. I might have to have a look at my phone for the 4th, for the other one. Oh yeah, hang on. Why did the other one send? Let me find me. Because you didn't highlight it, Neil. Airdropping it to me, my computer. Right, I'm going to go in, let that airdrop to the computer. I'm going to go in with this one at number 5, and this was Friday night's tea. Steak dinner, very, very nice, very posh, nice bit of fillet steak. 170 gram piece of Aldi fillet steak, about 350 grams of air-fried chippy whips, some asparagus, and then a couple of portobello mushrooms. I've got this I might have spoke about it last week. I've got this it says it's 0 calorie. It's not. But basically, a quarter-second blast isn't enough to register any calories, is basically how it's described on the container. I sort of worked it out. If you're this avocado spray that I got from Costco, 1 second is about 6 to 8 calories. So anyway, I give, and I've not tracked that, I give them portobello mushrooms, a little blast of this avocado oil, and then I got some squeezy garlic and just dropped a couple of bits of that on and spread it out and just roast them in the oven. So it's like garlic mushrooms, asparagus, chips and steak, and then a decent blob of Frank's spicy mayo on the side. Absolutely great food. 684 calories to that plate of food. 50 grams of protein, nearly 12 grams of fibre. I've not had a good steak. And you know what? I nailed the steak. I didn't show it. I never show it on social media. I did this as a plate up my weight loss tea with me. Why do I never show it on Why do I never show it on social? You cook your steak. I like my steak medium. I like my steak medium. There's too many steak snobs out there. Eat your steak the way you enjoy your steak. You should have a steak exactly as you enjoy it. Don't anyone else tell you to have your steak. Anyway, I have my steak medium. Right, let's go in with number 4. Number 4 was Sunday night's tea. Last night's tea, depending on when you're watching this, Sunday night. Pie mashed mushy peas. What a tea that was. We found a couple of cheese and onion pies from a local butcher's deli place in the freezer. So let's eat them up. Cheese and onion pie. Nice bit of mash, just Idaho mash, dead simple. Mushy peas on side, made a little bit of gravy. Would you have that gravy with a cheese and onion pie? You should, but would you? Depends where you are in the country. Us northern boys, we have gravy with everything. And then I just sprinkled on some fried onions. You know, like the crispy, like hot dog onions in a thing. Just about 5 grams sprinkled on. 818 calories, that badger. And it was beautiful. Now, that pie is from, like I say, a local butcher's deli. So I've just tracked it as a pucker pie. It's not going to be a million miles away. Everything else is dead easy to track because it's just out of the packet, if I'm being honest with you. So that was number 4. Let's go in with number 3. And number 3, I'm going to go for this little beauty, which is a pizza from my local takeaway. Like, it's a little Italian restaurant, and the pizza is amazing. I think he's called Gianni that runs it. I might be totally wrong there. But he's from Napoli. His pizzas are unreal. He sort of does Italian pizza with a UK twist, because us heathens in the UK like, you know, crazy toppings on. Like, it's pepperoni, ham, sweet corn and red onion. And they just, I mean, a pizza never looks. One thing I've learned about pizza, if they look amazing, they tend to be disappointing. If they look like that, they tend to be amazing. Honestly, I truly believe that with pizza. And don't get me wrong, that to me looks banging. It's an amazing pizza. But yeah, it was such a good pizza. Absolutely tasty as any. Tasty as oot. How did I track it? Because it's from an independent. I literally just went on and got NutriCheck standard pepperoni pizza. I actually asked this on my Instagram, saying, you know, what would you track this as? And a lot of people like, because I said I've tracked it about 14. Oh, it's way more than that. How I get to that is a double pepperoni medium pizza from Papa John's, which is the same size as that, is 1,800 calories. And it's got a really thick, you know, it's like the standard crust is a pretty thick base. That is a thin crust pizza. It's a thinner crust than your standard Papa John's. And it does have less topping on it. It has less, but it's not a double pepperoni, which obviously is quite... So I've kind of thought 400 calories less than that. I was like, I'm not a million miles away there. Remember, you don't need to be absolutely bang on. You honestly don't. Once, twice a week, if you're guesstimating what you're eating, you're all good. That was number 3. Number 4... Do you know what? Number 4 is the one I've just sent over late. And it's another one of my recipes. Oh, no, it's not that one. I don't even know if it's sent. I might have to get it up on my... It's not sent. Where is my phone? It's here. Anyway, you should be able to see number 4 now. I'm actually reading it off my phone. And number 4 is I called it Crispy Sticky Hoi Sunny. Hey, Sonny. What's that? Oh, Godfather. Soy and honey chicken. Crispy, sticky, soy and honey chicken. Next time, I'm just going to call it something a lot easier than that. Anyway, that is my latest recipe on Make My Weight Loss Dinner with me or tea with me or whatever on YouTube. And it is literally, my own creation. Crispy, sticky, soy and honey chicken. 264 calories for the chicken. Just a nice bed of white rice and some tender stem broccoli. It was delicious. I actually did a couple of splashes of sesame oil on it. Few sesame seeds, so good. And that is literally what is that up there? 531 calories, 45 grams of protein, and 3.6 grams of fiber. 21.5 full teaspoons of sugar. Yeah, because it's got a lot of sweet sauces in there. It's got ketchup, sweet chili, and honey. But you don't need to, honestly, even if you are type 2 diabetic, that might be quite a bit of sugar. You might worry about that, but when you're eating sugar with so much protein and an all right bit of fibre, it's not going to have any adverse effects on your overall blood sugar levels, right? It will raise your blood sugars a bit. Yes, I'm not saying that, but it's all about what you do overall. So that is a really, really good dish. Really, really tasty. Absolutely love it. Very quick to eat. Make it in 10 minutes as well. And then last but by no means least, and if you are type 2 diabetic, I'm going to be honest with you, this one will send your blood sugars through the roof. Where's it gone now? Where is it? Do you know what? I had all these like meals up in like a really easy to view. There it is. I've got it. I've guessed it. Right, it should be on your phone now. This was just an absolute bowl of heaven. I'm not going to even deny it. I'm not going to hide it. Bowl of heaven, right? I was reading through the freezer on Saturday and I found some Eat at Home Cheesecake Factory cheesecake, which you get from Costco, which is sensational. I weighed the slice. It was 135 grams, which is 441 calories. I then added half a tub of peanut ice cream from Aldi. Lower calorie ice cream. I had a squirt of President Creme with a hint of vanilla flavour, which is one of the best squirty creams you'll ever eat in your life. We had a drizzle. I've put chocolate sauce, but it was actually 10 grams of caramel toffee sauce over the top. And then I smashed up a small piece of Rocky Road that I made last week and then sprinkled that on top. And that weighed the same as a couple. It's 20, it was 26 grams. I've tracked it as 2 Oreo biscuits, which is 22 grams. So I'm 4 grams off accuracy there. But low calorie? Absolutely not, right? Lower calorie than it could have been, yeah. Lower calorie ice cream, a little bit of squirty cream, but and up until... So my tea yesterday and my dessert was 750 calories. I'd literally eaten about 1,200 calories up to having that all day yesterday. So I was like, I'm having a right good calorific tea. And it was. And it was sensational. And it just ticked all the boxes. I love cheesecake. It's probably my favourite dessert. Right? That's it. That's my eating. And that, every mouthful made my eyes roll into the back of my head. And you can eat like that. Now, obviously, I've just said previous dish about diabetes. That had 54 grams of sugar in it. Right? 54 grams of sugar. So having something like that, if you're type 2 diabetic, nothing to do with fat loss, something to do with your health, you might need to watch it a little bit. All right? And I mean that. You might need to watch something like that. But what would I do with that if I was... And I wanted to enjoy a bit of cheesecake. I'd have half the cheesecake. I'd still have the tub of ice cream. And I'd still have the cream. And I'd miss out the crumbling of Rocky Road on top. I was just having a bit of an eat-up session. I don't have any issues with my blood sugars, which is why I can enjoy a good hit of sugar like that in one go. But you might need to watch a little bit. But flipping heck, it was good. And it was worth every single calorie. It was delicious. Right, that's it for this week. What have we done there? Yeah, we've done calories, done movement. I'm off on my hollybobs, so there is no worth the calories next week. I will be getting some YouTube content out there. I'm trying to double up a little bit this week, so there will be a worth the calories video out next week. I'm going to do a Lidl special. Went to Lidl yesterday, grabbed a range of their high protein. They seem to have got quite a few new higher protein or protein products, as you might call them. So I'm actually going to spend the day tomorrow just eating Lidl products all day, and I'm going to review it for a special edition like Lidl worth the calories next week. I also am going to try and do an Egyptian worth the calories. So I'll head to a local supermarket, grab some Egyptian bits and pieces, see if there's any different sweets or snacks or something like that. So I'm going to try and do an Egyptian worth the calories special as well next week. I should hopefully have a recipe out next week as well. And I'm going to try and get a podcast out next week. I had a podcast out this week. There won't be a podcast out this week. But I'm going to try and get a podcast out next week as well, which will be episode 50. We're going to hit a half century of the podcast with the next episode. Anyway, that's it. So, not worth the calories, no weekly weight loss vlog next Monday, which will be 6, 7, 8, which will be the 10th of March, a week today. The week after, the 17th of March, I'll do a double bubble. I'll probably do a little double bubble and I might try and cover both weeks in one hit. Right, that's it. Have a great 2 weeks. If I don't see you, I'm still about this week for a few days. And like I say, I'm going to get some content out there. But until the next time I see you, make sure you are bossing your weight loss.